Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 10 of The Real Happy Ending. I'm your host, Chuck Henson. Now, whether you're listening in your car or maybe relaxing at home or in the sunshine, I am certainly glad that you're here. You know, I spent a decade behind a news desk, the traffic desk, and decades more behind the stadium microphone. I've learned that whether you're delivering the news or helping a client recover on a massage table, it all comes down to one thing: the human connection. Now, today we're going to look at the modern touch, how we balance the high-tech world of 2026 with the high-touch care we all still desperately need. We live in an always-on world. We certainly all know that. And by now, in 2026, we thought technology would make things easier. But instead, digital fatigue has become a physical ailment. I see it in my practice every single day. Shoulders hunched over from scrolling and necks strained from looking at tablets. All right, now hear me out. I want to suggest a psychological reset. We're going to call this the digital sunset. Just as the sun goes down here in Florida, let your screens go down too. Try a hard cutoff. Let's say 8 o'clock. Now, why is this so important? Because it changes your body. When you cut the blue lights, you allow your melatonin to rise, leading to deeper sleep. You drop your cortisol levels, moving your nervous system from fight or flight to rest and digest. And physically, you're ending tech neck by taking pounds of pressure off of your cervical spine. Now, when you arrive for your session in my studio, your recovery starts much faster if your brain and muscles aren't already guarding against the digital overstimulation. Now let's get into the work. Lately, there's been a massive surge in interest regarding lymphatic drainage. It's moved from a niche medical treatment to a mainstream wellness staple. But there is a big misconception, and I want to clear it up. Many people think of massage as no pain, no gain. With the lymphatic system, that's exactly the wrong approach. Think of your lymphatic vessels like tiny, delicate silk tubes sitting just under the surface of your skin. They don't have a pump like the heart. They rely on your movement. So if we use too much pressure, we actually crush those tubes and then shut down the very flow we're trying to encourage. The technique is a rhythmic skin-stretching movement that feels almost like a whisper. But don't let the lightness fool you. By respecting the delicacy of those tubes, we can reduce inflammation and boost your immune system far more effectively than if we tried to force it. In therapy, a lot of times, less is truly more. All right, friends, it's time for this week's controversial segment. If you walk into my studio, you will see two different licenses posted on the wall. One says, I'm a licensed massage therapist. The other says this room is a licensed massage establishment. I have them both posted, and let me tell you, it is an expense I could certainly do without. So why does the state feel this is important? Well, they're trying to flush out the bad actors, those illicit fronts that are used as a cover for human trafficking. By licensing the space and not just the person, the state can conduct surprise inspections and immediately shut down a building if they find living quarters or an unlicensed activity going on. It's a heavy-handed tool, and for those of us running professional, dedicated wellness practices, it's a financial burden. But it's the price we pay to keep those rub joints out of our neighborhoods. It's a tough pill to swallow, but the reality of the business we do in 2026. We're seeing more AI assessment tools and robotics entering the treatment space. Now, they can map pressure and follow a routine perfectly, but here is where the machine falls short. It lacks the human experience. Now, here's a great example. Just today, I had a new client on my table. She hadn't had a massage in over a year and was carrying a tremendous amount of anxiety. She'd had things happen in her life that caused real stress in response to touch. An AI robot might have seen muscle tension and pushed harder, but as a human, I saw fear. My ability to sit with her, communicate, and walk her through exactly what we were going to do and when we were going to do it made all the difference. Technology can provide data, but it can't provide presence. It can't co-regulate a nervous system that needs to feel safe. The most powerful healing tool will always be a pair of compassionate human hands. Just like every other week, before I let you go, here's a little homework. Since we talked about modern touch, I want you to practice what I'm going to call the 20-20-20 rule for your physical wellness. Every 20 minutes you spend looking at a digital screen, whether it's your phone, a tablet, or a computer, I want you to look at something at least 20 feet away for about 20 seconds. Now, while you're doing that, I want you to take 2 deep diaphragmatic breaths. This reset does 2 things. First, it breaks the ciliary spasm in your eyes that causes headaches, and it signals your nervous system to let go of that tech hunch tension in your shoulders. I want you to try to do this at least 5 times tomorrow. Your body and your massage therapist will thank you. And speaking of that personal touch, this episode brought to you by Chuck Henson Wellness. If you're in the Inverness area and you're looking for a session that is customized specifically for your recovery, come see me. Okay, I've got some really big news. We've been talking about this for a couple weeks now, but I want to remind you, the Real Happy Ending Wellness Guide will be available for purchase on my Payhip site. I'll be announcing the launch on all my social media as soon as it's available, so stay tuned. This guide is also going to be your golden ticket, because following the end of season 1, which concludes after episode 12, I'm going to host a live stream wrap party for everyone who has supported the show. Now, the only way to get access to that free live stream is to be an active member of this community by purchasing the Wellness Guide on Payhip. I want to celebrate this journey with you. Thank you again for being here. I really appreciate it. That's a wrap on episode 10. The Wellness Guide's coming up soon. I'm Chuck Henson. I hope to see you soon on my table.